Would you get married if divorce was illegal?
Absolutely not.
Why?
You think you know somebody, and then you spend 5 years with them, and then you marry them, and then a few months later, they show you who they really are.
Do you think women would still get married if divorce was illegal?
I mean, it'd be less. It'd be less likely.
So why should a woman have an escape plan, but a man shouldn't?
I mean, it's a valid question, to be fair. I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, valid question.
Fathers produce a hormone in great quantities called vasopressin. Vasopressin is the protective aggressive hormone. And what does it do? It helps fathers to protect their family. There was a study that was done where mothers and fathers lay in bed and the baby cries, and the fathers sleep through the baby's distress cries, but the mothers wake up right away. Okay, but with the rustling of leaves outside the window, the mothers sleep through it and the fathers wake up right away, because the fathers are attuned to predatory threat. So our nurturing hormones make us different.
Some women don't want equality. They want power and control without accountability. Let's do it again. And I don't care how you slice it, playing the victim while being the aggressor is emotional. And I've got news for you. Men don't hate strong women. They don't like women who lack character. What I have found that women are more respected when you hold yourself accountable. I had to hold myself accountable after my marriage of a 10-year relationship. I've been divorced for 8 years now, separated for 8 years. I had to take accountability for my actions, even though I wasn't the only one or the only reason why we divorced. I had to take accountability in order to fix my toxic traits to be able to move on in a healthy way. So that way I didn't take that baggage to the next relationship. If you want a good man, be a good woman. I've said this before, but some of you ladies have to ask yourself, well, what are you bringing to the table besides your own expectations? Accountability is not oppression, ladies. And remember, you're never gonna find a king if you're out here acting like a clown.
A lot of modern women continue to say that men aren't putting forth effort. Yes, I am. I'm just not giving you the effort because you on some BS.
You've never cheated on him.
I'm serious. I have never cheated on him.
Do you really doubt that the little girls are yours?
Yeah,
Why?
I do have my doubts. Yeah,
Why?
because she has this ex that she somehow goes back to texting and calling and
DNA concerning the 2-year-old, and the result for the DNA test, Sam, you are not the father. We gave you a DNA test about this 5-year-old girl. You are not the father.
Why do you have pride? It doesn't feel good, right? I'm not gonna lie. That's what you get.
Who's been supporting the girl? Who's paying everything? Who's taking him to school?
Okay.
Who's picking him up?
As you should.
What
You should.
Tell me why I had to see a TikTok where someone basically said that putting yourself on a dating app is advertising that you're on clearance. Like what? Now I can't stop thinking about it because, yeah, in a way that's kind of what it is. You know, people are just scrolling, swiping past you like you're an option because you are. But here's the problem. If I don't go back on dating apps, I'm not on any right now, where am I supposed to meet my person? Because the times that I actually do go out, men do not approach me, like at all. So I feel like at this point, my soulmate's gonna have to get so creative on how we're gonna meet. Like, drop out of the sky creative. Because what else is a girl to do? I don't approach guys. That's not me. That's not my vibe. Sorry. I believe a man should court a woman. So that's not an option. Send help. I don't want to go back on a dating app now.
Well, honestly and truly, most of these modern women want to get their hearts broken by Chad and Tyrone. For the rest of us who actually want to improve on ourselves, we're going to go somewhere else and do that. And that's what today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle, helps you to do.
Y'all want to talk about men and double standards? Our entire feminist culture can be summed up in one movie, The Notebook. It's one of the most loved romance movies of all time. Because she's so happy in the end. She cheats on her fiance, leaves him for another man, and we call it true love because it felt right. Now let's flip the roles. Imagine a man cheats on his fiance, abandons her, follows his feelings, and the movie celebrates it. it wouldn't be called romance. It'd be called abusive, narcissistic, and toxic. We'd be changing the Notebook to the narcissist. That's not equality. That's a double standard. And it explains why modern relationships are collapsing. Feelings have become a moral authority and commitments just become optional. Now, when happiness replaces character, everything breaks, guys.
If your woman is working a full-time job, managing the home, raising your children, and maintaining herself while you just go to work, come home, eat, and sleep, she's the man in your relationship, and you're just a child that she's taking care of. The ancient Vedas were so explicit about what real masculinity is. It's defined by a man who leads and takes care of the feminine in his life. A real man is asking, where is she stretched right now? How can I step in? That's leadership. She will literally respect you more as a man, find you way more attractive, desire you more when you can show that you're leading her and taking care of her rather than her doing it to you. And that comes with recognizing how much she is doing and you just showing up more. Step up as a man or just step aside.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.
So we're not about to sit here and act like the reason why a lot of these young women be wilding out, promiscuous, and sleeping around is because they saw their moms, their aunts, and older cousins in their family being hoes. We're not going to sit here and act like a lot of these mothers weren't getting their daughters who was 14, 16 at a young age, and they would get pregnant again, then they would give them another. We're not going to sit here and act like mothers weren't more worried about a man being up in their house or focus on a man than focus on their own daughters, which is why a lot of the young women these days are super promiscuous. And a lot of these women my age, in their late 30s or early 40s, are too busy competing with the young women than actually trying to talk to them and educate them. You cannot sleep around with a bunch of people and not lose yourself.
Why every time Bubbers, I literally don't know how many times I have to tell you.
Always make us late, and you know what? It don't even matter. Time is just a construct. Okay. Oh, thank you. People could really.
Babe, I've literally been waiting for you for an hour, man.
30 minutes ago. Dang. Always late. 30 minutes just sitting on the.
An hour ago, bro. Like.
Sometimes I really be tripping. We were supposed to leave 20 minutes ago. What the heck? Why are you so late? Half an hour ago. Now we're gonna. Waiting for like 20. I'm still in line. Waiting for 20 minutes.
A lot of these men have realized that, unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, it might seem like opting out is the best choice. Because when you look at how much stress you have to go through, modern women being inconsistent, just those two alone will have you saying, or, you know, kind of reconsidering and saying, well, maybe this is not the journey for me right now. Maybe I need to go build myself up. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Maybe I need to put a little bit more into who I am.
What makes men not choose you?
Well, first of all, if we gonna talk aesthetic, if you look like you smoke weed, he ain't gonna choose you.
Wait a minute.
High value, high earning masculine, don't want no man, don't want no woman that looks like they smoke every day. If you look like your gums bleed when you floss,
Man ain't looking
What
at you.
does it look like when your what? What does
When
that
your
look like?
teeth look crazy, when it looks like you have bad dental hygiene.
Oh.
We don't have that in this room.
No.
But if it looks like your teeth, your gums bleed when you floss your teeth, a high value, high earning masculine man, he's not going to choose you. If it comes down to ugly, entitled character and behavior, that man is not going to choose you. If you expect that man to spend a bunch of money on you just because you're pretty, he might choose you for a little while and then he's going to let you go and you won't be chosen all over again and then you get recycled, used, that whole cycle. So I would just say, number one, do the best with your genetic potential. Take care of yourself. Please, for the love of God, don't look like you smoke a blunt a day.
Why do you keep looking at me when you say that?
Unless
I don't
you wanna
even
be with
smoke
a man
weed
that
anymore,
also
Sarah.
Smokes a blunt every day. And then y'all two could be two blunt smoking people together. That's it. I'm complete.
All right. She keeps looking at me. Like, she keeps looking at me.
You need to leave.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you need to leave.
Why?
I'm trespassing you from my studio. Kindly leave.
Bitch, you think I want to stay on this shit for 6 hours? If you tell me
Can
to
you
leave one
cut-
more time, my raccoon will bite you.
Can you just leave? I get that you're trying to troll, but like, can you please? I have revoked your permission to be here. You are now trespassing.
Okay.
Can you kindly get up and leave?
Wait, but I don't want to go yet.
I mean, she's refusing to leave. I'm asking you to leave. I need you to get up and leave.
If they call the police, you will be
Arrested.
Look,
No
we're-
one's gonna arrest me for this.
Yes,
you're trespassing.
I have revoked your permission to be here. You are now trespassing. So I'm asking you to just get up and leave.
Yeah, the other thing is like, you're not really a very good troll. You kind of suck at it. And you're doing it in favor.
Now you're legally not allowed to be here. I have just trespassed you from my property. So I'm asking you kindly to leave.
Okay.
Brad, I'm gonna call the cops. Can somebody call the police?
And you know, you have to understand that when you ask about where all the good men are, a lot of these men are quiet. They're right in front of you. They didn't disappear. They just quiet. I'm selective. I'm less willing to throw myself into another situation that looks and that feels unserious. You look and you feel unserious. This whole thing that we got going on looks and feels unserious. It looks like you playing around. You about to play with my money, about to play with my time. Some of these brothers got kids and you about to play with my kids. And if you start doing that, you might have a problem.
Huh? What are you talking about? Sure, I work here.
You're not funny, you're not cute.
You're not cute. Fuck you. Arch that. Like a good little boy.
You record yourself going up to that man to mock and make fun of him, thinking it's going to be funny, that he's going to be okay with it, probably because you arrogantly think that every man wants you, only for him to reject you and tell you to get away from him, which of course you can't handle, so you have to call him a little boy. How embarrassing for you. Here's an idea. How about you just leave people alone? I mean, people in the gym are not accessories for you to use for your social media content. And 24-Hour Fitness should kick your out for this. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
Would a 50-50 man for you disqualify?
Absolutely.
Disqualify? What if he... Okay.
Like, I haven't met him. I wouldn't even have met that man. A man that wants to be like half and half had never met me. I didn't meet him. He wasn't even in my room. I never met a man like that. Literally. I never met the man. Seriously, like, there's no way you looked at me and was like, yeah, we going to, like, I never met him.
Okay.
I'm not running across him. No disrespect to this man. But I ain't never seen him before. Walk on by.
SD, what's up?
The facts of the matter are that the vast majority of people here, especially black people, would be smart to go 50-50 with each other. Because half the men and over half the women make $50,000 or less. You know what I'm saying? And for black people, us, when you look at where we sit as far as household income, we are at last because most of us are by ourselves. Right? And with over half of the men and half of the women making just $50,000, it makes our household income the lowest. Whereas other people also don't have all of this money, but what they are doing is they are getting together and saying, okay, you can only do half. I can only do half. Let's put that 50 together. Now it's $100,000 home. Now I don't have to pay $2,000 rent on my own. Now I can pay just $1,000 and we can save more money together.
Men have started going their own direction and quit fixing the mistakes and the foolishness. And some of the stuff is not even a mistake. It's just you doing whatever you want to do and expecting a man to save you. And when I, as a man, have stopped doing that, my life has gotten a lot better.
It's really, I promise you.
And this
it's really
is erect?
that smart.
This is erect?
Yes, yes, yes. I always tell him you were supposed to be a girl. It's no way you were supposed to be a man with that size. I told him you need to humble yourself. No one's going to take you with that little that you have. You're stingy with money. He's a good dad to his children. Outside of that, you ain't got nothing. You're 38. You live with your mom. I'm 46.
Ma'am.
Yes.
But he got you with that little man.
He got me with that little. Got me with that little.
Let you go.
Personality,
ma'am.
The person that he,
ma'am.
He did.
All it took to hook
he did.
That little.
He got no. It's no.
So
no.
Listen, ma'am.
No.
Ma'am. You can
it
say
never
what
had
you
me
want.
Fucked
Listen,
up.
I've counseled thousands of women.
It never had me.
And the
fucked
fact
up.
that you had to come on here and mention that man's little disability. You had to mention his disability. You liked that disability, and you put that little disability in your mouth and everything else.
I never said I didn't.
So why
See,
you fronting on
I'm
his,
gonna
so
be
why
honest
you,
with you.
But why you fronting on his disability now, though?
No,
it was
Babe, I gave you $1,000 to deposit. You said you needed to buy something. I asked you how much. You said, oh, maybe like $100 bucks. I said, okay, cool. Just deposit the rest. Nothing got deposited. Explain to me why you needed $100 out of $1,000 and there's nothing left.
Because it was already like spent at that point. If it's not even.
What was already spent?
It's not even like it's not even $1,000 anymore. It's not like a whole $1,000. So
how much did you spend? At first, how much did you spend?
I needed $100.
So you had $900 left.
Left over as
yes.
change.
Why the fuck didn't you deposit the $900?
Because it was change.
In what world is $900 just change?
It's change. It's not even $1,000 anymore. So I may as well just keep spending it because it's not even.
How does that make sense?
It makes sense to me, and it's left over at that point. So I just spent it. Who cares? Like
I fucking care.
Why?
I care.
Why?
Because I told you to deposit the money.
You're wrong. I'm not wrong here because.
Oh my gosh. What is wrong? There is something wrong with you. There's something genuinely wrong with your brain.
Say that.
You know, men have decided it's easier to take a step back. It's easier to opt out rather than trying to hop into confusion, rather than trying to force my way into a situation that, quite frankly, doesn't seem advantageous to me. Doesn't seem like it's going to go well. So I'm not going to sit up there and continue to be like, oh man, I got to get it. No, I don't. The alternative with me forcing myself into this space is I have somebody acting crazy with me. And I don't have time for that.
Oh no. I just had to leave out this restaurant and come back to my car because I need a moment of clarification. Mind you, I'm on a date right now and I'm with this girl. We get here. Let me give you a little rundown. I just watched this girl order a mountain of unhealthy decisions. I'm talking about extra cheese, extra slices, bacon, and more, right? We get the drinks. We go over to the fountain. She's trying to get a refreshment. She looks at the refreshment. She goes, fills it up, does a taste test. Hits it, says this is flat, I don't like this. She asks the people to refill the Coke Zero. They tell her that the Coke Zero isn't going to be refilled till tomorrow. They're sorry, there's something wrong with the machine. They should have put out something. She looks at the machine, doesn't want any other refreshment. No water, no juice, no air, no ice, nothing. She goes back to the counter asking for a refund as if this was a team investment. Why the f*** you asking for my money back? I still want my food. Anyways, I started to get heated because she's going back and forth with the cashier, acting as if this is a debate. I'm getting a little uncomfortable. I leave to the car. I told her I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab something, like I left something in here. I'm not going back. Because if Coke Zero has you this far in your emotions, I'm not built for what the happens when you got a real life problem. All right, God, I gotta quit using hands, bro.
I would even want a boyfriend.
Most people want to be in a relationship because, one, they're wanting companionship or possibly looking for someone to marry. But, as you can probably guess, that is not the reason why some women want a boyfriend.
I take out the garbage. It's a huge one to like break down the boxes, to give me massages before bed every day, to compliment me every time I try on a new outfit or like I'm like thinking twice about what I'm wearing, to pay for dinners, nails, get my car washed, to fill up the gas in my car. I have never and will never take my car through the car wash. I don't even know how.
Sadly, the types of women that say these sorts of things, and they're not all that uncommon, are the same types that still say they want equal rights and want to be treated as equals, yet can't take their own car through the car wash.
And to like feel the need in some ways, but
wow, instead of using a person for what you can get out of them, someone could find other options.
also like to stop me from drinking as much. I feel like I could definitely stay in and just cuddle if I had someone. I wouldn't feel like I need to be on the streets that often. I'd be like a little bit more mellow.
What an interesting way of admitting that someone has no self-control and no self-discipline.
Someone to work out with and like hold each other accountable for health-wise, but that's about it. Nothing else comes to mind.
Gee, with prizes like that out there, I can't imagine why so many guys are choosing to remain single.
One of the things that I hate the most, switching gears a little bit, is called, I hate when, when you see a bunch of stuff online and stuff. I hate when I hear women say, I don't need a man. Mm-hmm. I think that's like one of the dumbest things that I ever heard from women when they say, I don't need a man. Because it's just dumb to me. Like when a woman says, because you never hear a man saying, I don't need a woman, because men know we need women. Like my life wouldn't be remotely as great as it is without you in it. Like, and I can get things to substitute what a woman does. As far as like,
I mean, it would still be a woman doing it.
For sure. Like I can get a woman to come cook some food or clean the house. Like, but I'm saying as far as like the emotional connection and the just the bonding with that woman and the growing with that woman, I need that. And I crave that in my life. So but I feel like when women say I don't need a man, they literally mean like, I don't care. I don't need a man. I can get my own money. I can do this. I can do that.
Some of that is just being, depending on how they grew up and, what they've learned and all the things in their life. I think that's a protective mechanism. I don't want to get hurt by a man, so I don't need a man. So it's easy for them to say, no, I can do this by myself.
She proves who to know she's harmless, then green flag. But if she says, like, oh, my mom is so strong, my mom's a strong black woman, I don't need a man because my mother didn't need a man.
What if you don't? What if you don't need a woman? You're a man, Nani.
Girl, you'll need men. You'll need men so bad that you'll get angry when you'll find out that these men are not choosing you for these things. You'll want men so bad. Mm-hmm. You'll need men. Otherwise, live without them.
Yeah.
And you know what's the craziest thing? Is that if the economy had to crash and then all of a sudden imali doesn't matter anymore, and then guess who would have to run this world?
Men.
Exactly.
Why?
Because they're the ones building these buildings, fixing these roads. They're the ones, most of them are the leaders. We're just illogical, we're like emotional, we're just these.
Also, that's the importance of men in society.
Exactly.
Every time you'd say this phrase, I wouldn't understand.
Men are the structure and the pillars of society. Women are the cushions of society. If money didn't matter, and then plant vegetables and take care of the kids and teach them and collect water and make the house clean. Men would build houses, build the roads, protect. But now, because there's this money, we're acting like we don't need them. We want men to be softer. We make men feel guilty for being horny. You need to feel guilty because I turned you on. Fuck, my cleavage is out. What are you supposed to do? Look at my cleavage and pray? Of course you're gonna get horny. Yeah, of course you're gonna get horny. But society wants to make men feel so bad. Oh my gosh, you're such a pervert. If you don't want him to look at your cleavage, cover it up then.
No, Nani, I feel like you are enabling men being perverts.
No, if I was gonna say that.
But why can't I go out with my cleavage and be...
Only about 10% of black women make over 6 figures on their own. That means 90% of black women make less than $100,000 a year, with the average salary being somewhere around $40,000 a year. So the vast majority of y'all are way poorer than you really want to admit. In addition, the average salary for black men is about $40,000. For the vast majority of y'all, 40 and 40, that's 80. The two of y'all are not making 6 figures. As a result, y'all need to get married, or y'all need to be in a partnership. Y'all need to be something. Y'all need to find a way to get along and work together so that you're not like incredibly poor and literally one paycheck from being on the streets. When I tell young women that they need to get married, that they need to be like, if you're going to be with a man, you need to get married, it's because it protects you. It protects you in a lot of ways. But what I'm not going to do is argue with young women about things that I know to be true. So if you don't want to get married, you don't want to be in a partnership, you don't want a man, you don't want to, whatever it is that you say you don't want to do, don't do that. Go through life on your own. And for some of y'all, I'm on the man side because y'all are argumentative, you're combative, you're disrespectful, you're ungrateful. And I see it in my comment section every single day. But what I'm going to do is block your ass because I'm not arguing with people. I will be 55 in a few months. I know things to be true. Might not be true for you, might not be true for all. If you're a Shira 7 type woman that want a man to take care of you, that's fine. But for the vast majority of y'all, a man cannot take care of you because he's barely taking care of himself, just like you are barely taking care of yourself. This content is for women that want to build.
And, you know, modern women continue to say, you know, why is this guy not asking me out? Why won't this guy shoot a shot? Why is this guy seeing me, staring at me, but he's hesitating? I mean, at some point in time, maybe you should realize what the man is going through. Maybe you should realize, you know what, this date really cost him. You know what, you know, he might have to spend a little time. He might have to spend some. Well, you know, we both spending time, but you know, he's got to spend his money on the date instead of just saying, well, you know, I spend my money too in a way because I use my makeup and you know, I go get a spray tan and I took one woman said, man, I took a workout class. I was like, girl, that workout class ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. You just started working out. You went to one workout class. You didn't lose no weight. As far as I'm concerned, you wasted, well, I mean, you didn't waste your time, but if you saying that you did it for him, you wasted your time. You need to have been doing that well before you met him, during the time that you met him, and then after the time that you met him. That's how these modern women do. They try to assign stuff to men and say, oh, well, you know, I'm doing it for you, so I got to spend money in a way. No, you're going to spend that money anyway.